Welcome to episode 27 of Blue-Lusional. We are still in a government shutdown. Things have just escalated. And boy, if you thought that last week we covered a lot, we actually had to take very newsworthy items out this week just so that it
So
wouldn't be
much.
2 hours long. So let's just jump right into it with what really just grinds my gears. And it's the fact that this administration's getting way too comfortable saying the quiet parts out loud. So let's talk about the first one that sent me spiraling. So Stephen Miller, he decided to go on CNN because he has not had some good airtime since Kirkchella. They haven't given him a microphone since the memorial when he just blew it. It sounded so crazy that nobody really clapped at the memorial, which is wild because that's a room full of your people. So he said, don't worry, guys, I'll go on CNN. I'll talk about the shutdown and the war that's going on in Portland, and I'll win everybody back over. Don't you worry. So the CNN reporter asks him about Title 10, because obviously, as we all know, Trump wants to send troops to all the sanctuary cities. And Stephen decided to say the quiet part out loud. So he started talking, and then he went, well, under Title 10, Trump has plenary authority, and then froze. And if you don't know what plenary authority means, it's pretty much just saying unlimited ultimate power. So he just said under Title 10, Trump has all the power he wants to do whatever he wants with the military. That's what he said, plenary authority. The word left his mouth, and this man glitched. And when I mean glitch, I don't mean that he just froze, as if you pressed pause on him. He just stood there and was like, and the reporter was like, hey, Steven, you there? You there? Hello? And then he comes back in and they just carry on with their conversation as if nothing happened. So I was like, that's crazy. So I did a video on it. And as I'm doing the video, I'm like, I just want to get the clip, make sure I got the clip right. So I go to CNN on YouTube and they've posted the full interview. And wouldn't you know that the 1 minute where that happens, it's gone. And you can tell it's gone because if you look at the little time at the top of CNN where they show you the time, it jumps 2 minutes.
They bent the knee.
They bent the knee and they cut it out. But unfortunately, they didn't think about the fact that everyone's recording everything now because we can't trust
all the time.
So plenty of people had it recorded and knew exactly what happened. So they're saying the quiet parts out loud, and then our news stations are going, don't worry, we'll just cut it out. It's fine. But they're not accounting for all of us who are recording everything.
Everybody's recording everything all of the time, always.
It's wild that they don't realize that, but maybe they're like, well, if they do it, that's them. But we as CNN will never get caught putting that out there after the fact. So we're clean.
Same day.
I posted it and not enough people were up in arms for my liking. And up in arms about both things. You should be up in arms about what Stephen said, because anytime this man gets worked up by a microphone, he just says the most off the cuff crazy shit. But that CNN immediately folded. Immediately was like, don't you worry, we'll cut it out.
You're good.
Diabolical.
You're good. Don't worry about it. They'll never know. They'll never notice. It'll be like you never said it. And we were like,
in the corner.
Yo, he said it. He just he said it. We knew that but he finally said it. He said it. See, he
can't hide from me, bitch. You can't hide from me. I'm always gonna be in that corner
giving the game
ready.
away.
My phone's right here. I'm on it at all times. Do not try me. I'll call you out every single time.
She's got that thing on her.
There's one thing about me. I will never let anything. I've never let anything slide in my life. I'm not about to just start letting it slide. From the words of a Cancer crash out, I never let anything slide.
Ever. Not once. Period. So don't start it.
So if you aren't already, make sure if you're listening to anything live, just record it. You can screen record on your phone. You could literally record the TV with your phone. Do what you got to do, guys, for democracy.
anytime any of these bozos gets on TV to open their mouth, just start recording it because they're gonna say something stupid.
Yeah.
They're gonna say something dumb. They're gonna give the game away. They're gonna say something that they should have that they weren't supposed to say, and then now we know that they're gonna do it. They just record them
Yeah.
every time. They make it too easy. This happened again with Pam Bondi. Whew, that hearing was so bad. It was so. It would have been funnier if it weren't so dangerous. So basically, the hearing was on what the fuck is going on with the DOJ. Essentially, they're asking her basically what the fuck is the deal with the National Guard all over the place? Why are you guys sending the National Guard? And she was not answering questions. She was threatening people. She was threatening the United States. Essentially, she
Yep.
was saying, this is for the safety of the citizens of the United States, and we're going to protect them whether they like it or not. The National Guard is on their way right now. And I'm like, that's a threat. That's a threat. She's saying that very threatening. Like that's crazy. But okay. And the funniest part of this is Pam had herself a little cheat sheet when she was, answering questions, getting grilled about the Epstein files and the National Guard. And if, Trump is telling her to prosecute his political enemies. So she had a cheat sheet. So she had a little binder. There weren't answers. They were clapbacks. They were clapbacks and insults to say to the senators that were grilling her.
Mm-hmm.
So it was they had like Dick Durbin up there and Sheldon, I think Whitehouse was up there, and it just has their name up there and the thing about them to attack them on. Like, oh, well, what about when your aides were supposed to send you something pertaining to the Epstein files and we were supposed to get it back by this date? And then they would debunk her real quick. And then she would just she would move along to the next thing that she was supposed to insult them on. Like, no answers, just clapbacks that didn't land. So they were like, yeah, so why did you say you had the Epstein files
on your desk?
And then next time we asked you about it, you said they don't exist. What the fuck is the deal with that? And she was like, I never said that.
The funniest one was when she was like, you need to ask Kash Patel about that one. And he was like, so you lied to me. And she's like, how dare you call me a liar? I told you that you need to ask Kash. And he was like, well, whether you're a liar or not, it's either you're a liar or you're terrible, because why wouldn't you know the answer? Why would only Kash know it? You were in charge of the DOJ.
You know what's crazy? So when that was happening, I sensed a shift in people, because everywhere that like I saw either a video or live on it in the comment section, everyone was just like, I can't wait to see her in handcuffs. I just kept seeing it. And I'm like, damn, people are feeling confident today.
They're going to say the quiet parts out loud, then we will too.
I'm like, shit, people are okay. People are starting to get mad enough, I guess. Mm-hmm. Starting. It was a constant. I can't wait to see. Ooh, when this is over, I can't wait to see her. Yeah, I can't wait to see I was like,
right on.
Okay.
Ditto.
Carry on. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. That shit was bad, but I mean, it's the usual Senate hearing for these fucking bozos. They even fucking did it.
Unfortunately,
they even did a parody of it on SNL.
That was hilarious. SNL is so good, and it's so funny because everything they're doing is just a reenactment. It's just not exaggerated at all. Like, they're probably like, thank God, finally a season where we're not going to get made fun of for being too corny or doing too much. If anything, we're just doing literally exactly what they're doing.
We literally don't have to write the joke.
Yeah, they literally got a whole season off. Well, for the next couple of years, the jokes are going to write themselves. So
I'm calling it now. He's going to try to get SNL pulled off the air. He's going to try to get SNL pulled, and everyone's going to. No,
I think he's mad because the hard hitters are coming back because they want to play these roles. It's so funny. Like, they got Amy Poehler back, and so Tina Fey came back. Literally, everyone's going to.
Seth Meyers.
And like, I'm sure they're gonna get Will Ferrell back. Like they're bringing back their hard hitters to play these roles.
Everybody wants to make fun of him.
Everyone
Everybody
wants to
wants
be in on this. Everyone. So if anything, it's only helping them
hmm
because their
hmm
past couple seasons before this have been pretty rough.
Yeah, they've
Pretty
been
rough.
stale.
Been stale, but now they're like, finally.
We have so much material to go with on a daily basis.
It's just it's so good. They've just been on it, just how they had Bad Bunny there right as this was all happening. It's like they're like fortune tellers. They're seeing the future. They're like, get Bad Bunny here because they're gonna react to
Now,
the Super Bowl and we need him on right now. And they're like, okay, get Amy
mhm.
here. Amy, if Amy comes, Tina will come, and we've got some Christy Nome stuff. It was perfect.
Charlie XCX.
It's just so good. It's so good.
Christine,
I think yeah, we made SNL great again.
keep it
Thanks,
going. Keep
guys.
it going. That SNL is resistance.
Yes. Speaking of resistance, this coming Saturday is the No Kings protest. Okay.
2.0.
2.0. This will be the second round. So the first round that happened a couple months ago, millions of people showed up, and not even just here in the USA, all over the world. So we are expecting more. We're expecting you all to be there. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there, guys. Don't you even worry. I will be there. Okay. But I do want to talk about some things.
Boots on the ground.
I will be boots on the ground and we all need to stay safe. So let's talk about some things. This is being hyped up more than the last one. I think that they really didn't think people would show up the first time. And now they're already saying that it is a hate America day.
Ooh, they're
No, that's
shook.
not what it is. So we're telling you the same thing we said for the first one. You should show up in your full USA gear. Let them know you don't hate America because they're labeling it as a every single person that goes to the protest hates America. And that's what it's not about Trump. It's just about hating America. No, show up in your USA, show up in your
Your
inflatable
inflatable
costume.
animal costume.
Yeah, show up, show out. But we need to talk about safety because it's already being hyped up to be aggressive more than it was last time. So, face coverings. You can wear face coverings at a protest. I recommend it, especially if you don't want people to know you're there, but also if something happens and substances are thrown out into the crowd, you have a face covering. If you wear contacts, don't wear contact lenses that day. Wear your glasses. If you have glasses, wear them. If you don't, wear like sunglasses over your eyes if you have to wear contacts because the tear gas and all that, it gets in your contacts. It could cause significant damage to your eyeball. So please be safe. Please hydrate because you're going to be there for a long time. And if something happens and you can't get somewhere, you might be going without water for a very long time. Not good. Not good. We're here to defend democracy. We don't want you falling down, dehydrated, passing out, especially in places that are still hot. um,
Mhm.
and you can also use the water to flush out your eyes if something happens. If you are bringing your phone with you, people go both ways. I know a lot of people are like, don't even bring a phone. I'm on team bring a phone. Okay, we can agree to disagree on that. I'm team bring a phone for so many safety reasons. Just turn off your Face ID and put a passcode on for the day. Okay? As long as you don't have a Face ID, they can't what are they going to do?
Turn off your
What are they
Bluetooth
going to
too, because I think
Yeah.
if you're worried about those jammer or stingrays,
Yeah.
I think they go off Bluetooth.
Yep.
So turn that off.
Turn your Bluetooth off and yep, make sure you use a passcode. Go with somebody if you can. Go with a buddy. If you can't, then find somebody there that you trust. A nice lady, just somebody you trust so that you're not all by yourself. Or if you're going alone, let somebody know that you're going. Somebody know in case something happens. Then somebody knows you were there. Stay peaceful. We know the game. We know the game. We know what they want us to do. Do not give them that. Show up like we're about to talk about Portland, Oregon. I need all of you to act like Portland, Oregon. Okay, stay peaceful. Play music. Show them that we are here to speak and use our First Amendment rights, but we're not here to be violent. Stay peaceful, even if they antagonize you. They're going to send out antagonizers. They always do. They're going to look at first act like they're with you, and then they're going to start riling people up. Do not fall for it. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. It's peaceful. If all hell breaks loose, you need to be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of your surroundings. If you're with your buddy, do not split up from your buddy. Get somewhere safe, okay? Do not turn violent. If they turn violent and you have to defend yourself, defend yourself. But do not, I repeat, do not put yourself in harm's way, okay? It is just please don't. And if you want to know where your nearest No King's Day protest is, you can go to the website and they have a little zip code thing and you can put it in and you can find the nearest one to you. I'm pretty sure at this point every major city is having one and a lot of surrounding suburbs have one as well.
The map is full.
The map is
The map
so
is
full. They're not fucking around. There's no way you're not just going to stumble upon one. Just drive somewhere. You'll find it. I promise you. And if you're there,
follow the chanting.
Spread the word about the People's Sick Day. This is a perfect opportunity to start talking to people who might not be on social media, who have not heard about the People's Sick Day. While you're there for those 3-4 hours, start walking around and talking to people. Don't harass people. Just talk to them and say, hey, you should appear. Have you thought about doing a strike?
Because what do we do after this?
Because, yeah, we can keep going to these protests and showing them that we have numbers, but then we could actually do something with those numbers, like have demands and stay home from work and not spend any money. We could actually do that with those numbers. That would take less than a day for them to fold. If everyone who showed up for the No King's Day protest didn't go to work and sat their ass at home and didn't spend any money, that wouldn't last a day. So spread the word about it. Give them the Discord links while you're there, or at least bring some pieces of paper to write down the peoplesickday.com, or print them out beforehand and hand them out to people. We don't want you guys to spend money like buying stickers and all of that stuff. Literally, you can like write it on a piece of paper and like rip it up into, bunch of little pieces of paper and hand it out. Like, doesn't have to be that crazy.
Flyers on the Discord.
Yep, flyers are in the Discord. So do all of that. We want you to send us your signs, the shirts that you're wearing, tag us. We love seeing that stuff and we want to hype it up because
I love a good sign.
They're going to suppress the fuck out of this. So make sure you're tagging us. I'm still figuring out. As of right now, I was going back and forth about whether I was going to go live while I was there. I don't know. Guys, people are crazy. And what if somebody tries to find me? Somebody's like, I know where she is. Let me just go and find her. Haha. Because I'm going with people that are not on social media, and that's not fair to them to put them in that position. So I don't know if I'm going to go live. That could change, but I definitely will post after the fact. Like, I will take a lot of content and post after the fact. So just so that you guys know, I don't know how safe I feel going live just yet.
Yeah, I'll need to.
I did last time, but we didn't nearly have as many people up in our stuff. So, I live in a state where people carry around guns, okay? I just got to keep myself safe and my friends and my family safe.
Yeah.
Same thing for yourselves, guys. If you don't feel comfortable posting live while you're there, don't. Live in the moment. Live in the moment. Take your videos. You can post them after. Internet will always be there. But we're excited to see you, and bring a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend, and talk about
They're scared of it
while you're there. I'm excited.
Yep. They're scared of it. They're already calling it no kings, no checks, whatever the fuck Sean Duffy was talking about. I don't even know. That doesn't make sense, but
none of it makes sense.
They're shook. And if we transition that into just sitting the fuck at home, go from outside to just
inside, that's more fun.
Fuck. We're cooked. That's a bad segue. But what feels like a month ago, last week, South Carolina judge Diane Goodstein, her fucking house blew up. We know why. Okay, she denied complying with the Trump administration for turning over voter data in South Carolina, and then very coincidentally a gas line was cut in her home and her house blew up with her family inside. Everybody made it out alive.
Thank God.
It's just feeling a lot like Russia around here.
We've escalated from the pizza deliveries.
Not good. Not good. Not to find a silver lining out of it, but you don't do this shit if you just have everything in the bag. Like, that's a crazy thing to do. If you're just like, yeah, no, we're cool. We got this.
We're
Everything's in
gonna
the bag
win. We
for us.
won last
We're
year. We're
winning.
winning again. I mean, come on.
Yeah. There's absolutely nothing going wrong. Everything is going great. It's fine. We're just blowing up houses and we're scared of giant protests, but everything is going totally fine. So, I mean,
These are the same
whoa.
Republicans who downplayed the pizza delivery thing. They were the ones that were like, it's just a little threat. They aren't going to do anything. Well, here you go. They did the thing.
And of course we're not going to find who did that. We're not going to find who the assailant is, because
No, we'd only find it if it was a Republican judge, and they would have left something written in the rubble and then had a whole manifesto typed out and placed perfectly on Trump's bed.
It would say frick ice on the lighter.
I don't like ice. Loathe ice.
It was the Democrats. I'm shocked that they didn't try to do that with this. I'm shocked they weren't like,
Because,
it was the Democrats that blew up her house.
I was waiting for them to just be like, it was an arsonist, you know, an arsonist. They love that. They love to just be like, it was an arsonist.
I think they realized they overplayed their hand with it was the Democrats with the Charlie Kirk and with the ICE facility shooting, where they were just like anti-ICE, and this was the Democrats. It's like,
it was the way
and people were
like Charlie, some of them did, but the ICE facility, they were like, nobody's buying this. We got to just let's let them have the judge's house. Okay, nobody died. Let's let them have it.
they're like, but we're gonna tuck the Democrat, blame that, put that in our pocket for. We'll see if they forget. No, we're not gonna. Nobody's gonna forget. People have that so fresh in their memory. They're like, maybe this guy is lying.
Maybe, just maybe, we're being
maybe. Did we get duped? Like, that's how much they've like, some of them are like having their, like, it's like a baby like realizing they have hands for the first time. They're like, well, I can pick things up,
and then they just do way too much with it.
Yeah, we'll get to a person that did that later. It was a goofy ass week.
Yeah, it was. Well, let's go through our ICE update. This has been obviously a very crazy week, so we'll get right into it. Chicago Police Department is literally calling out ICE agents for falsely calling the police. That's a crime. That's a felony. They said that ICE agents were calling Chicago PD saying that people were tampering with their facility and their gate, only for them to show up and literally nothing is happening. And they're like, well, it was a news reporter. The news reporters are all where everybody else is standing, just with recording. You pick the worst person to blame for a crime, who is constant recording. So obviously wasn't happening. And they continue to call in on protesters falsely, just every time. And that's taking them away from actual crime, which is apparently what you're saying. You're sending them into the city to take care of the crime. Then why are ICE agents calling the police and taking them away from going after actual criminals? Make it make sense. I mean, besides the point that crime is down, it's just, all of it is insane to me. Portland is being ravaged, war-torn. I'm talking chickens. I'm talking dinosaurs. I'm talking frogs. I'm talking unicorns. I'm talking naked bike riders, unicyclers, people playing the violin in the street. It is chaos.
There was somebody with the flaming bagpipes.
The bagpipes. It is, I mean, man, we knew Portland, Oregon was their own type of way, but goddamn, it's escalated. It is insane. I'm just kidding, guys. It's so Portland. It's so funny, because how can you slap on a newspaper that Portland, Oregon's on fire, filled with criminals and filled with war, and it's just a bunch of people in inflatable animal costumes? Like, you can't. That was
just a frog pelvic thrusting.
Like, we thought, okay, if we all dress like the Last No Kings, if we all dress in like the flag and we wear red, white, and blue, it'll look crazy to people to say that we hate this country and we're all wearing flags. We should have gone full Portland, Oregon, because there is no fucking way you can tell me that it's violent there and then show me that picture and me not look at you and go, are you a fucking idiot? They're inflatable animals.
Squirrel got arrested today. I need to see the footage of the squirrel getting arrested.
Yes. They are just quite literally dancing around, walking around,
Doing the cha-cha slide.
thrusting, just so funny. But the ICE agents didn't think it was funny. And so the other day, an ICE agent literally sprayed into the air pump of one of the frogs. And he took that shit like a champ. He came back the next day in the suit and was like, well, it was a little spicy, but I've had spicier. The people in Oregon do not
They're crazy.
care. They're so funny. They're so unserious. Go off.
They were made for this.
They were made for this. I love it. Do not stop. Last night they were all hanging around and somebody drove by and told them to go to bed. Go to bed.
They said democracy never sleeps. Fuck out of here.
Out there singing and somebody was playing the violin and they were like, go to bed. The Karens are mad. They want their sleep.
Like, nope. They said these ICE agents aren't getting an ounce of sleep. Are you kidding me? Nope.
Oh, it's good. It's so good. All of you are doing amazing. Still my top favorite is the Arrest Me Daddy.
Adam.
I love Adam. If you haven't seen the videos, he just goes to all different troops, ICE agents, police, anyone, and he just puts his hands behind his back and goes, "Arrest me, daddy," and then just starts dancing like this. Ooh,
arrest me, daddy.
And sometimes the cops are laughing. Sometimes they walk away. But
some of them know him.
Yeah, now he's like a
they clock it's him. They're like,
no, it's him. They're like, here he comes.
Shit, it's him.
It's not violent. It's all just, it is what it is. I love it. But back to Chicago. So last week we told you about a woman who was shot by an ICE agent, drove herself to the hospital. ICE agents were trying to say that they were boxed in by a bunch of cars and she just started hauling ass towards them and they shot her in self-defense. Well, her attorney is saying that there was body cam footage actually of the event and it shows an ICE agent going something bitch before firing at her. ICE agents also said they saw her take out a weapon, which they believe to be a gun. Again, reason for self-defense. That didn't happen either. Just did not happen, according to the footage. They have not released the footage, but he's obviously seen it. So yeah, they lied. They always lie. I mean, this isn't news. It's just catching them in a lie.
That's why they don't wear body cams.
I don't know who was wearing the body cam. Somebody was wearing a body cam. I don't know if police were there and were facing the direction in which it happened and caught it, but somebody was wearing body cameras and they were able to get the footage. I'm going to assume that there probably was a police officer that was there and they handed over the footage and ICE didn't realize that there was an officer there who had the footage.
Good.
So good luck to them in court. The ICE is taking a lot of L's this week, guys. They are taking some L's. But we love seeing you guys just plant yourselves right outside of the ICE detention facilities. And you guys are keeping it peaceful and it's making them so mad. They want you to do something so bad and you just won't. Mm-hmm. It's so good. We love you guys.
They can't get any sleep. They're fucking up. Well, still in the midst of a government shutdown, they used it to accelerate Project 2025. Pretty much every single employee in the Department of Education that works specifically with disabilities has been fired. He said he was going to do this. He said, I'm going to inflict maximum pain. Going to take this time to start firing a whole shit ton of Inflatable employees. So that's what they're doing. They had Russ Vaught in the weird Truth Social video where he's the Reaper. So they're just cutting people. Here's the problem with that. People that voted for this, a lot of you have kids that have IEPs or services that are provided to your children. And with these people fired, there's going to be no oversight with the federal money that comes to the states for these programs. Or that's probably not even going to happen anymore. Who the fuck knows? Depends on the state, I guess. This is going to snowball real bad because we're going to see it in the red states first. What people are projecting they're thinking is going to happen is that they just might start throwing kids who are supposed to be, have a one-on-one or have an IEP just in gen ed. And that's not going to work, which would snowball into kids having to be homeschooled, people quitting their jobs, economy getting worse, people being homeless.
And it's a slippery slope into them building back up those places to put those children.
The lack of foresight to put the guy in that said he was going to cut the Department of Education. And this is where fucking the concentrated effort to essentially stupefy America worked, where they're not teaching civics in school. They're not teaching how entities in the federal government work and what they do. People don't know what the fucking Department of Education does. So they're like, yeah, well, I can't afford to get into college anyway, so it sucks. So yeah, get rid of it. What do we need it for? When it's really the Department of Education basically upholds the civil rights of people who are minorities attending schools, basically. So now who's going to look out for the people for who are dedicated to disabilities? What's going to happen? We don't know yet. We're going to find out. Not going to be good though.
No.
It's not going to be good.
No. And don't normalize it. Don't normalize it.
No.
No.
You gotta go call people. I mean, I already see people talking about teachers are gonna have to strike. So
yeah, start talking to unions and figure that out, because we would definitely stand behind and support any walkout, any strike that's happening, especially with teachers. You guys are getting fucked by this administration.
Since COVID, it just hasn't
You've
stopped.
been getting fucked. This isn't on
forever
level. It's not fair to you guys. It's not fair to the children. It's not fair to the families. Not fair to anyone.
No.
But if you guys are thinking about doing something, reach out to us. We can try to get you information to help start pushing for a walkout. And the walkouts are the best way to do it, is a walkout strike. You go to work, you start the workday, and then you all walk out together.
It works.
It works. And speaking of firing, this week, the Transportation Secretary, Sean Duffy, went on Fox Business.
Who the fuck watches Fox Business?
And threatened to fire the problem children air traffic controllers, the ones who are currently having to call in sick because we're in a government shutdown and they're not getting paid. And a lot of people are already living paycheck to paycheck. So if you're not getting a paycheck, what do you want them to do? Rent's still due. Groceries are still a thing. Daycare, car payments,
note, insurance, phone.
All of those things are still due.
Gas.
So a lot of them would rather go Uber, DoorDash, find another job, bartend, do anything else to try to make some money and call in sick, as they should. He said, his exact words, if we have some on our staff that aren't dedicated like we need, we're going to let them go. I can't have people not showing up for work. So the people that you hired to keep the planes from crashing on the runway, in the air, heading from the gate, working without pay, they need to be what? Make it make fucking sense to me. There is already a critical shortage of air traffic controllers. Critical shortage. Want to know why? Because Trump fired a bunch of them back in February. I didn't forget.
Out the gate.
Did you forget? Because I didn't forget.
Out the gate. That was like one of the first things he did.
Stepped into office and said, go fuck yourselves. And didn't have a plan in place to replace them. So this entire time, he's been slowly trying to replace all the people he let go. Hasn't been able to do that. And now this, and you're going to fire more of them? Yeah, it's absolutely not going to end well. And we should not be blaming anyone who is choosing to call in sick from a job they are not being actively paid for at this time, when rent is due, when there are children that need to be fed. You will never see me ever judging anyone for doing what they have to do for themselves and their family. That's empathy. That is empathy. Sean Duffy would rather fire them and say they aren't dedicated employees. Sir, they've been keeping all the planes from crashing. They've been maintaining that air is the safest way to travel. It's just pissing me the fuck off.
This should piss you off as well. So, this past couple of days. So remember Dominion voting systems, that had that whole lawsuit between them and Fox, where Fox was saying that they rigged or that their equipment was faulty for the 2020 election, and then Fox had to ante up like I think a couple billion.
Couple bills.
Yeah, a couple billion for lying and shit. And so those voting systems got sold to the former St. Louis director of the Board of Elections, Scott Leindecker. He was with the GOP. So that's not good. Here's the thing. We have what we think happened in 2024. I mean, they just keep like trying very hard to like prove it too. Now, this does not look like, this seems pretty fucking nefarious if you ask me. So if this concerns you, don't just shut up about it. Call your county's board of elections. Call your secretary of state. Call your governor. Call your congresspeople. Sound the fucking alarm. Call everybody and say, hey, are we using Dominion, which is now rebranded as Liberty Vote systems? Not every state uses them. I think it's 28 that do. Does not hurt, because you can still ask them, hey, is there some fucking weird ass executive order coming down the pipe that's going to say you need to use Liberty Vote systems that you're going to have to comply with? Because if so, we don't want that shit. Okay?
We want free elections.
That's it. And we don't want them being sold to like on a partisan basis. That's going to comply with this regime, because nobody wants that. No, we're not going to comply. So you can actually do something about that. Call those people. You can Google it. Use whatchamacallit, using DeepSeek now.
Yeah.
County Board of Elections, state secretary, governor, congressperson. Just Google it.
Everybody gets a phone call. And the best part is if you don't reach the right person, you can ask them to get you to the right person or give you the number for the right person.
We got to open our mouths up.
It's just,
we can't be lazy with this shit.
No.
Call somebody. You'll be fine.
I promise you'll be fine.
You'll be fine. Okay.
And you'll feel better, because then if something doesn't happen, because it shouldn't, then you can say that you were a part of it not happening because you called. And you were part of the masses that did.
It's harder for them to get away with things when we are all very aware and we are alerting people that we know.
Yeah. Remember the SAVE Act? Remember how many of us called and they were like, oh, wait, no, we weren't going to do that. They were like, oh, you don't? We weren't going to do it.
They're like, you don't?
I was just thinking,
you don't like that?
Damn.
We weren't even going to do it. Damn, calm down. We weren't even. Stop.
Tariffs, the amount of times he's backed out, we know the taco name. The amount of times he's backed out is because everybody called in and said, are you fucking kidding me? And he was like, oh, no, I was actually going to do that in another 60 days. So you got some time.
Every time they try to take out the Constitution online, we're like, hey,
where is it?
Where's where's due process? Hey, wait. Oh, that wasn't even us.
Yeah. When they took up the, what do they call it? The Smithsonian. When they took out the entire exhibit
of Jason
impeachment.
Yeah.
We all said, where is it? Where is it? Immediately got put back. Immediately.
Yeah. So when you call, stuff happens.
Yeah.
And this guy, Scott, already had to get grilled by certain Board of Elections committees already, because I don't believe he was supposed to have put it out in the media like that. So they were like, hey, they were like, hey, what the fuck is going on here? Why did you just buy that? And he said, oh, I'm not gonna do anything.
I'm not gonna tell anyone.
They're like, okay, cool. Well, it's still gonna have to pass all our certifications if we're using that shit. You can't just be doing that all willy-nilly. Okay. So keep an eye on that.
Mm-hmm.
Keep a real close eye on that. They're going to build a Qatar base in America, in Boise, Idaho, with all the Mormons. They're going to build a Qatari air base in Mormon, Boise, Idaho. I am sure the Mormons are fucking thrilled that they're going to get a Qatari air base in the middle of red ass Boise, Idaho, in exchange for the plane
Maybe
that
they'll
he
take
got. Remember
them
the
on the
jet?
plane, on the gold
He said,
plane. You guys want to
"We
take a
give you,
spin on the gold plane?
we give that to you. You let us build a base in the United States of America." I mean, right? You MAGA, I know you love it. I know you love it, right? Because that's what you voted for, right? A fucking Qatar base in Boise, Idaho. That was totally on the fucking
Totally
docket.
fine. Totally fine.
Yeah.
Nothing to see
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Eggs didn't get cheaper, but you got a Qatari base in Boise, Idaho.
Hell
Because
yeah,
that's what you guys were holding. That's what you guys were holding up at the fucking your hate rallies. Mass deportation now and Qatari base in Boise, Idaho.
They're gonna all say, "Yep, that's what I voted for." They didn't even know what Qatari. They didn't even know what Qatar was.
Fucking God. They didn't know what the fuck it was until they found out Pam Bondi was a fucking foreign asset for them.
Yeah.
Fucking bullshit. And then more bullshit from the fucking government shutdown. We got our fucking military. They're in line at fucking food banks because they're not getting paid. They're not getting paid during the government shutdown. He wants the support of the military, but he's literally not paying them. This is extremely on brand for Trump because he doesn't pay people. He doesn't pay anyone. So this is the least shocking thing. And now we have the visuals of the fucking military in line at fucking food banks.
Mm-hmm.
And
just think about the
did you
amount
vote
of
for
them
that too?
that aren't in the line, but their family members are in line. So you're not seeing the full scope of it, even. Because it might not be them in line. Might be their wives, their husbands, all of that.
The Dems try to bring a bill to get them paid, and the Republicans blocked it.
They didn't even just block it. They said, "All you go home, get out."
No, we gotta
go home. Everybody
get
go
out of
home.
here.
Go home.
We gotta go on recess again.
Go home. Adelita's on her way here, and I cannot swear her in. Everybody's
it's a little hot
go.
in here.
Everyone's
it's a little hot.
And they're feeling the heat. Let me tell you, they are feeling the heat. Linda McMahon hacking into government employees' emails to change their away stat to say that it's crazy left Democrats that did the shutdown. Hacking in to federal employees' emails to change their away email.
It's not working though. They're polling them and they're like, yeah, we think this is kind of weird that they're like doing this so much. It's too much.
You break it down and you go, okay, so you have a majority in the House, the Senate, the Oval Office, the
Supreme Court,
and you're telling me that they Dems did the shutdown because they want to give what healthcare to illegal immigrants? That doesn't make any sense.
That's impossible.
That's not what
that was actually.
There. That doesn't make any sense.
That was actually.
And they're like,
that was actually.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
It was put in place.
It has
by a Republican that they can't get benefits.
It's like, MAGA, you guys aren't supposed to be this smart. Dang it! They're smart. Dang it!
Marjorie Taylor Greene's just like, Marjorie Taylor Greene saw the jig. She's not saying any of that shit. She hasn't said any of that MAGA shit
on a redemption tour.
Nothing. She's like, guys, listen, the healthcare, it's out of control. Am I right? We got to stop giving money to Israel. Am I right?
Because these Republicans are the ones that are waiting in line at the food banks.
Mm-hmm.
It's either you have to make a choice at that point. Marjorie has made her choice. Her choice is either to be loyal to MAGA or win her seat back. And even then, I don't know if she will, but she's going to try. And that's how she's going to try. She is standing her ground.
She said, y'all, these Republicans are tripping.
The others might fall in place, especially those with constituents who are saying, you are going to get so fucked. I will vote blue. I don't even care. Or
Some
I
of them are
won't vote.
saying
And
they're
then
gonna.
all of the Democrats will show up and vote and they'll win. What do you want? Which one do you want?
Some of them are saying they're not gonna vote.
So she's like, no, but I don't have any other talents or defining qualities. I can only do this. So I guess I'm going to have to go against daddy. Yeah, it's going to be like that.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, guys. We'll get there.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, we can't continue on the week without going over how there was a pedophile in the Republican Party
As
this week,
always.
because it happens every week. You got to fill in the quota, one a week. So the vice president of New York's Capital Region Chamber of Commerce, also Republican donor, Pete Baradunius, was arrested for attempting to sexually abuse and torture a girl he believed was 15. So he knew. There's your quota for the week. There's probably more
This should be a
that I
segment.
missed. Yeah. But you got that's your one for the week. GOP.
Nasty.
Guardians of Pedophiles.
Well, we're bringing back traders in the chat. It was gone for a minute there, but then traders started trading. The traders in the chat this week, the Nobel Peace Prize winner, I already forgot her name because I'm so angry and she's irrelevant in my eyes.
Yeah,
But
who cares?
they hyped this up in the morning. I'm really glad I didn't do a video because I was about to do a video, but it was an activist in Venezuela and saying that she's been fighting for democracy. And I was like, wow, see, that's very Nobel Peace Prize-y. That makes sense. Well, no, because she immediately said, I wish I could give this award to Trump. Sir, I wish you could have this. I actually want you to have this Nobel Peace Prize. Let's share it. I sent it to Devin. We were trying at first to give benefit of the doubt. We were like, did he threaten her? Does she think she'll get blown up? And then everybody did the deep dive and was like, oh, she is a Zionist. Oh, she fucking loves Israel.
She's a
loves
fascist
Israel. She
Zionist.
is a fascist Zionist, and we should know better. And I said, thank God I didn't do my video being like, hey, women, let's stand up because women activists are winning Nobel Peace Prizes. And this is, all of us should be fucking female advocates, activists, get out there. Oh, and I would have had to walk that back so fast. Yeah, no, she is a terrible person. No. It's crazy that he also lost to a fascist Zionist. The bar was really that low and he still didn't win. That's crazy work.
They gave it to another fascist and he
And then
still
she
lost.
was like, I love you, Trump. You're also my favorite fascist. Want to share this award?
The Nobel Peace Prize was given to a fascist, and Trump wasn't even good enough to win it.
Yeah. Bar was on the ground. And he still didn't win. He still lost to a woman. Huh. Yikes. The other traitor in the chat are the people who started the Purple Revolution and all the people who fell for the Purple Revolution and the Purple Revolution guy. Okay, all of you are on my shit list. Every single one of you. I have multiple bones to pick. So if you're not on TikTok, you might not have heard of this Purple Revolution, but here's what happened. There were some MAGA that were waking up and saying, now that I've woken up, I want to be in charge of the revolution because what you guys are doing isn't good enough. And when I mean revolution, I mean they wanted a revolution. I'm talking violence. I'm talking revolution. And we're immediately like, all of you need to stand behind me. Well, everyone was like, actually, we have a lot of questions. Number one being, you literally just woke up 2 weeks ago. So you're going to need to tell me that you go back on everything you believed. Like, I mean, number one, you believe all humans deserve rights, right? And they were like, we don't have time to talk about that.
Let's talk about that later.
We can talk about policy and all of that later. And we went, no, that was a pretty simple question. You believe human beings have rights? And then they started just doing the laughing emojis like MAGA does, the laughing and the pointing. So then everyone went, oh, no, thank you. No.
And then he wore a 1776 shirt.
Then,
which
yeah,
is the
then
3%.
They just crashed out. Then they were like, this is exactly why everybody from the left keeps turning into MAGA. This is why everyone hates your party. This is why I'm going back. Brother, the fact of the matter is we asked you if you believed human beings deserved rights. That was like question number one, and you failed. So how are we to blame? Also, sir, many of us have been planning not violent revolutions, but many of us have been planning strikes, peaceful protest, have been advocating for grassroots candidates to win
We've been doing
back
this.
the House and the Senate next year. We've been doing this. So it is such a slap in the face to come in and say, you guys aren't doing anything. We got to do it.
Get
The
behind me.
matter is, the second they got any bit of pushback, they ran right back to daddy. They ran right back to Fox News. They ran right back to all their MAGA friends because they didn't really wake up. They didn't like something, and each person might be a little different. Some people might not like the shutdown. Some people might not like how they're handling the Epstein files. They just might, all different things. A lot of people was Israel and Gaza, but either way, only really one thing woke them up, and they weren't fully woken up. If you are waking up, the first step might be to take accountability, to do a little video saying, I fucked up, I'm wrong, I don't ask for forgiveness, I'm just letting you guys know I'm waking up and I'm gonna do the work. Then you need to do the work. You need to deconstruct because there's so much hate in your heart to get to this point. I don't care if you say, it was just how I was raised, I'm not educated, I'm blah, blah, blah. No, you got to deconstruct. You got to figure it out, whether that means educating yourself and figuring out why you're so hateful, or figuring out that you're hateful and then learning to not be hateful. Then you need to do action because words mean fucking nothing. You need to start going to the protests, and I'm talking being front and center with your signs and also shutting the fuck up and listening to these people at these protests share their stories and how this has affected them so that you can be like, oh, I really fucked up. And then you should be picking up your phone and calling all your Republican MAGA politicians that you voted for and let them know that you voted for them and you've woken up and you're not buying their shit anymore. Let them sweat. And
Talk to
finally,
your people.
you should be talking to your people, your MAGA friends, and waking them up too. Nowhere on that list was a revolution. We didn't ask you for one. We're not over here struggling. We're not over here doing anything. We literally didn't ask for it.
We didn't ask for anything.
Literally didn't ask for it. Now what you've done is something that happened in November, where we should have been listening to primarily Black women who said this was going to fucking happen, and you didn't listen. So then, understandably so, Black men and women were like, all right, you didn't listen to us, so we're taking a step back. This is not, no. And now, because of this purple revolution, Black women have now had to come back out of hibernation to go, don't fall for the purple revolution, please. Oh my God, if you didn't listen to me back in November and you learned your lesson, you're going to listen to me now. And some of you still fucking fell for it. All because you were like, a revolution. No, these people were just itching for another January 6th. They
Like you,
wanted an insurrection. They were like, it's been a couple years. I got an insurrection. I gotta do some violence.
he said, get behind me. And you guys said,
You said sure, like you
sure.
would turn around and go to you. That would be like a serial killer. You're like, well, I mean, I'm not his type, so he's probably not gonna kill me. I know he's a serial killer, but he says he likes blondes and I'm a brunette, so I'm gonna get in the car with him and go hitchhike. Like,
You
we
guys would so get
cannot.
in the car with a stranger.
You would, and it shows. And so all of you pissed me off this week. I've never been so angry. All of you gotta stop. And if your influencer that you've been listening to, I know you all seem to like Friendly Honey Badger. Guys, you need to see the red flags. This is not going to be your toxic ex-boyfriend. If you're seeing red flags, there is a block button. Not one person is the perfect human being that knows everything. Okay? She doesn't know everything. She might have experience. She might know about cults. A lot of people know stuff about cults, but she doesn't know everything and she isn't perfect. That's why she had to make a video being like, guys, I'm okay. I tried. I really tried.
She didn't even prep this guy.
You didn't prep this guy. You saw he woke up, you talked to him a couple times, and then told him to do this. You set him up for failure. If you're somebody that fully understands cults and what happens when somebody leaves a cult, why would you do that? You knew that we would
You
not
said,
get
yeah,
somebody from MAGA who woke up 2 weeks ago with open arms. You knew that. So don't be
get
disappointed
out
in
there.
us.
They'll
Don't be
love you.
disappointed in us. And MAGA,
Nothing
again,
will go wrong.
you've woken up. The best thing you can do is never expect forgiveness from any of us. Never expect it. Never. And you need to do the work. You don't just make your 2-minute video crying and we accept you with open arms. It's going to take a long time for anybody to even consider forgiving you, and most people aren't going to forgive you. It is what it is. So yeah, all you are traitors, pissing me the
If you're
fuck
gonna come
off.
over here, you got to ride in the back seat. Your decision making sucks.
Yeah, and if
You
you're
can't
going to
lead
do it,
anything.
yeah, get behind a movement like the People's Sick Day that has been planned in place. Do that. The first thing, you don't go into this and then shit on everyone there. That was so bad. But yes, we'll round out with yes, that really did happen. So let's start with Trump's True Social at about 12:30 a.m. doing anything but sleeping. He posted that about January 6th, saying that Biden put 274 FBI agents out into the crowd on January 6th. So people were quick to say, you were the president during the insurrection. That's not Biden's FBI. That's your FBI. And that's already been debunked. Those FBI agents were there for crowd control. Nobody deployed them after the fact, in the middle of the fact. They were already supposed to be there, and they are your FBI, not Biden's FBI. He didn't get an FBI for another 2.5 weeks. So I don't really know how MAGA plan to spin that. If they're all going to say Biden probably paid 274 FBI agents to go, I don't know what they're doing, but
I
that was
think they've been
wild.
silent. I think they're just pretending this one didn't happen.
Another thing you can't pretend didn't happen, RFK Jr., they couldn't let it go. They couldn't just take the Tylenol and let it ride. They were like, we got to find other things. It can't just be the Tylenol. Because if people say they didn't take Tylenol and their child has autism, then we've got to find other ways. So this is the other way. So if you were circumcised early, you had a chance to get autism. You got a chance, a once in a lifetime opportunity to get autism
I
from an early circumcision.
love
Okay.
that everyone immediately was like, "What about the girls?"
They're going to come up with something else. Just give it a couple weeks. Okay, they got to think. They gotta think. But for the boys, that's the there it is. Somebody posted and was like, is this their way of saying that only boys have autism? Is that what it's gonna turn into? That girls are lying, only boys have autism, and if you're a girl and you say you have autism, you're a liar? I think that's the plan for them. I think that's how they want to spin this.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I wouldn't be shocked, guys, but stay tuned. We'll figure out what it's like, what it's gonna be for the girly pops. But right now we've got Tylenol and early circumcisions. Stay woke. Now, if you have autism, you have to say if you had an early circumcision or not.
They're gonna have circumcision checkpoints. Let me see your shit.
Guys, I would be so embarrassed. I would be embarrassed if I had to continue to defend this shit. It's got to be tiring. I feel like we're tired. You guys have to be tired because how do you defend it? At what point is it too much? Because I feel like
Like,
we've
I'm
reached that
done.
point, but if we haven't, this is the point. This right here is too much. It's just too much. But what was too much? Trump obviously went to Israel because he's the president of peace, apparently. And instead of going to Gaza, he was like, I'm going to go to Israel and talk about making Israel better. Just putting that out there. And he decided to speak at their parliament, whatever, and told BB that BB, used his American weapons very well throughout this war. Those weapons that killed hundreds of thousands of Palestinians, that turned Gaza into rubble, tore families apart, left them, especially children, starving, that he used those weapons very well. So
He said that
he
just
said
out
that.
loud. He was
Another
just
person who
glazing
said the
BB.
quiet part out loud, hell yeah, congrats on using my weapons of mass destruction to do mass destruction. And now we can build. He said that and then on the plane had to walk it back and was like, well, we got to take care of the people first. That was an after the fact. He didn't say that the first time. He said, we can build. And then on the plane, he was like, well, yeah, well, we got to take care of the people first and then we'll build. If that was me, I would have been for the people if I cared about the people. That would have been the first thing out of my mouth.
Well, don't worry. The Never Kamalas will go to her next signing.
You better never run
Tour
into me.
date.
Y'all better never run into me.
That'll fix it.
Never
That'll fix it.
run into me on the street if you are never Kamala leftist. I'm telling you right now, I have been up rage commenting because all of y'all you're buying or getting paid to go
You're
to
getting
every
paid.
single show to protest her for 2 fucking minutes when Trump was golfing this entire weekend and you could have followed him around to every single hole for free and screamed at him.
And even if you can't get in, you could have been screaming at
You
him
know it's
from
free?
on the property.
Sitting outside Pennsylvania Avenue. That's free. That's absolutely free. You can actually get tours. You can actually go in. That's free. Just letting you guys know in case maybe you didn't know or you like spending money or getting paid. That's what it's actually about, right? Anywho, last and not least, the MAGA crowd is so angry that Pam Bondi is playing the Super Bowl halftime show that they have decided that Turning Point USA is going to have their own halftime show. It will be the Temu version starring Kid Rock. I don't even know a Kid Rock song. You want to know what's crazy is they put Kid Rock first and then like 3
Was
or
that
4
real?
other artists and then Jason Aldean.
I don't
like
think
towards
that
the
poster
bottom.
was real because at the bottom of it said surprise guest measles. So,
Is that a band?
but it looked.
If it's real, it's diabolical that you guys put Jason Aldean like towards the end. Because like if it were me, the only one I knew on that list with any songs that I might recognize would be Jason Aldean, not Kid Rock. I didn't know half those people. So if it is AI, I should have checked that and saw if it was real or not. But
that was what tipped me off.
I am sure,
unless Measles is a band.
I am sure if they invite Kid Rock to play, he will. But if not, it's probably going to be some weird Christian band that's possessing you during the halftime show. Here's the thing, it doesn't fucking matter because you guys don't have to watch. You know what? You have free will. You can change the channel. You want to know
they're gonna
what?
watch it though.
You're gonna watch it. You're gonna
Bad
watch
Bunny.
it. You're gonna watch Bad Bunny. You're gonna hate watch it, but so is everybody else, not even in America. All around the world's gonna watch it. So if you don't watch it, it's not going to matter because plenty of other people are that don't even watch American football. They're gonna tune in just for the show and then turn it off. So yeah, enjoy your little Turning Point halftime show. They still have leftover pyrotechnics, I guess, that they're trying to use up.
Part 2, electric.
It's diabolical. It really is. Like, you guys can't even just. And you say that we need to get over the fact that Trump won and he's our president. You won't even get over the fact that Pat Bunny is playing at the Super Bowl. That you had to come up with your own halftime show. And you're mad at us because we don't like that Trump's the president. And you're like, he's your president. Get over it. Well, Bad Bunny is your halftime show performer, so get over it.
You have 4 months to learn Spanish.
There will be a test.
Okay.
That's all we have for this week. Got me angry this week. You got me fucked up.
Yeah. So make sure to follow us on TikTok, subscribe to the YouTube, subscribe to Spotify. We're also on Instagram, Blue Sky, Skylight, all of the things. It's in our bio on TikTok. We also have the peoplesickday.com website in there. Did I miss anything? No.
Oh, and thank you guys for 19K on TikTok. We hit 19K today, which is awesome. Thank you guys so much for following us and believing in us. This shit's wild. It's hard to have hot takes online, I will say, but it's worth it.
It's draining.
To fight for democracy, and we appreciate you guys. And if you're watching us on TikTok, then you should be subscribed on YouTube because it's just better content over here because we don't have to use code words and censor ourselves. So make sure you're cross following us on all the platforms. We have a link tree in our bio on TikTok. Just go boop, boop, boop. And that way, if something happens to us, like we get banned off TikTok, then you can find us everywhere else because we won't just like give up. No,
we're in too deep. We're too petty. We will be back Thursday, though.
Yes, we will have
with a new
grassroots
candidate interview.
Yes. Sorry, we had a scheduling conflict, but we will be back this Thursday. Regular scheduled programming.
The interview itself will make up for it. And on that note, we're out of here. Thank you for
Bye.
listening. Catch you next week.